The theater is loud, buzzing with excitement, chatter echoing off the walls, cameras gliding smoothly across the crowd. Thousands of people have come to see talent tonight. Dancers, singers, magicians, dreamers. Yet none of them know that in just a few moments, everything they think they know about talent and hope is about to change. The lights dim. From the side of the stage, a small figure slowly walks forward. He is a young Filipino boy, barely tall enough to reach the microphone. His shoulders are slightly hunched, not from bad posture, but from a lifetime of carrying weight no child should ever have to bear. His clothes are clean but clearly worn. Simple shoes, faded pants, a shirt that has seen many washes. There is no stylist, no glitter, no dramatic entrance. Just a boy, and his heart beating loudly in his chest. The massive AGT logo glows behind him, almost swallowing him whole. The audience applauds politely but softly. Many smile kindly, some whisper to each other. They've seen kids like this before, they think. Sweet, nervous, probably good, but nothing extraordinary. The boy steps up to the microphone. For a moment he doesn't speak. His hands tremble slightly as he grips the mic stand. He takes a deep breath, eyes scanning the judges' table. Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, Sofia Vergara. The people who can change lives with a single decision. The people he has only ever seen on a cracked phone screen, watching old clips late at night when the world around him was quiet. "Hello," Sophia says gently, smiling. "What's your name?" The boy swallows. "My name is..." His voice shakes, then steadies. "I'm from the Philippines." A soft awe ripples through the audience. Simon leans forward slightly. He studies the boy, not just his face but his posture, his eyes. He's seen thousands of auditions. He knows nerves. He also knows pain. "How old are you?" Simon asks. "I'm 12 years old, sir." 12. Only 12. "And who did you come here with today?" Heidi asks. The boy points toward the audience. "My mother. She is there." The camera cuts to a woman in the crowd, eyes already glossy with tears, hands clasped together as if in prayer. She nods slightly, her lips trembling with pride and fear mixed into one. Simon pauses, then asks the question that always matters most. "Tell me about your life." The boy hesitates. This is the moment where many contestants give a short, polished answer. But this boy doesn't have a polished story. What he has is truth. He takes another breath. "My family is very poor," he says quietly. "We live in a small house. Sometimes we don't have enough food." The room grows still. No background music, no dramatic sound effects, just silence. "I help my mother," he continues. "I wake up early before school. Sometimes I sell small things. Sometimes I sing on the street." A few gasps are heard. Someone in the audience wipes their eyes. Simon's expression changes, not shock, not pity, but focus. "Why do you sing?" Simon asks. The boy looks down for a moment. Then he looks back up, eyes shining under the stage lights. "Because when I sing, I forget my problems," he says. "When I sing, I feel like I am free." The words hit hard, not rehearsed, not dramatic, just honest. "How did you end up here?" Howie asks. The boy smiles shyly. "I watched America's Got Talent on a small phone. I told my mother one day, I want to sing on that stage. I want to help my family." The audience begins to applaud softly, but Simon raises a hand, not to stop them, but to keep the moment intact. "So this is important to you," Simon says. "Yes, sir." The boy replies instantly. "This is my biggest dream." Simon nods slowly. The camera zooms in on the boy's face. Beneath the nerves, beneath the fear, there is something powerful, determination. This is not a child here for fun. This is a child standing at the edge of a life-changing moment, knowing there may never be another chance like this. "What would happen if you won this competition?" Sophia asks gently. The boy's eyes fill with tears, but he doesn't let them fall. "I would build a better life for my family," he says. "I want my mother to rest. I want her to not worry anymore." That's when the emotion fully breaks through. A murmur spreads across the theater. Judges exchange looks. The audience isn't just listening anymore. They're invested. Simon clears his throat. Well, he says quietly, you're very brave for being here. The boy nods, gripping the mic a little tighter. What are you going to sing for us today? Heidi asks. The boy names the song. A song about pain, about hope, about survival. A song that suddenly feels far too heavy for someone so young. Simon leans back in his chair, hands clasped. Okay, he says, whenever you're ready. The music hasn't started yet, but something has already changed. This isn't just another audition. The room feels different. The air is heavier, charged with anticipation. The audience leans forward, the judges sit still, even the crew behind the cameras senses it. This is one of those moments. The boy closes his eyes. For a split second, he's no longer on a giant stage in America. He's back home, singing in a small room or on a quiet street, dreaming of a better future. Then the first note of music begins, and just before he sings, the camera captures one last thing, a child who has already lived a lifetime, standing on the edge of a moment that could change everything. It's soft, almost fragile. For a brief moment, some in the audience lean back, unsure of what to expect. The boy's eyes remain closed, his hands wrapped tightly around the microphone as if it's the only thing holding him steady. His chest rises slowly with each breath, and then he begins to sing, and everything changes. His voice doesn't sound like it belongs to a 12-year-old. It carries a depth far beyond his years, raw, emotional, aching, the kind of voice that doesn't just fill a room but reaches into people's memories, the kind that makes you stop thinking and start feeling. The audience shifts instantly. Whispers turn into silence. A woman in the front row brings her hand to her mouth. A man beside her blinks rapidly, trying to process what he's hearing. This is not nerves. This is not luck. This is something real. The boy opens his eyes and looks straight ahead, past the judges, past the lights, as if he's singing to a future he's been chasing his entire life. The second line comes out stronger, clearer, more confident. Each word lands with weight. There is pain in his tone, but also hope. The kind of hope that only exists when someone has known struggle and still chooses to believe in tomorrow. The camera cuts to Simon Cowell. He's leaning forward now. His elbow rests on the table, his hand pressed against his lips. He doesn't blink. He doesn't move. His expression, half disbelief, half awe, is something the audience knows well. This has his attention. The boy reaches the first chorus, and that's when the sound truly fills the theater. His voice swells, powerful yet controlled, climbing effortlessly through the melody. It's not shouting. It's not forcing emotion. It's pure, natural expression. Like the song has been living inside him for years, waiting for this exact moment to be released. Goosebumps ripple through the crowd. Heidi Klum's eyes widen. Sofia Vergara's smile fades into something more serious, more emotional. Howie Mandel sits perfectly still, his head tilted slightly, as if he's afraid even the smallest movement might break the spell. The boy doesn't move much on stage. He doesn't need to. Every note does the walking for him. As he sings, flashes of his life play across the screen behind him, black and white images of simple homes, narrow streets, a child singing quietly in a corner. Whether real or imagined, the effect is undeniable. The audience isn't just hearing a song anymore, they're seeing a story. The second verse begins. His voice softens again, pulling the room inward. The volume drops, but the intensity grows. It feels personal now, intimate. Like he's singing directly to each person in the room, one by one. A woman in the balcony wipes tears from her face. A father squeezes his daughter's hand, somewhere in the audience. His mother watches, barely breathing, her hands shaking as she realizes something incredible is happening. This is the same boy who used to sing quietly at home, afraid to disturb the neighbors. And now the entire world is listening. The boy's voice cracks slightly on one note. Just a little. But instead of weakening the performance, it does the opposite. It makes it human, real. The audience exhales together. Simon's jaw tightens. He looks down for a moment, then back up, clearly moved. He's heard flawless singers before. Perfection doesn't impress him anymore. Truth does. The music builds. The drums come in slowly, the melody rising higher. The boy straightens his posture as if something inside him is waking up, something bold, something fearless. He reaches for a higher note and hits it. Clean, strong. The audience reacts instantly. Gasps, hands flying to mouths, heads shaking in disbelief. Someone shouts, "Wow!" before quickly covering their lips, realizing they've interrupted something sacred. The judges exchange looks. This is no longer a question of if he's good. It's about how far this moment is going to go. The final chorus approaches. The boy takes a deep breath, and then he lets go. Everything pours out. Every struggle, every hungry night, every dream whispered into darkness. His voice soars, powerful and emotional, filling every corner of the theater. It's not just loud, it's alive. People stand up without even realizing they're doing it. First one row, then another. By the time the last chorus peaks, half the audience is already on their feet, applauding through tears, unable to wait until the song ends. Simon remains seated, but his eyes glisten. The music begins to slow. The boy brings the song back down, gently, carefully, like carrying something precious. His voice softens again, trembling just slightly as he sings the final line. The last note hangs in the air. He holds it, just long enough, then releases. Silence. Not the awkward kind, the powerful kind. For one full second, no one moves, no one breathes. It's as if the entire theater is frozen in disbelief, processing what they've just experienced. The boy lowers the microphone slowly. His chest rises and falls quickly now. His hands are shaking, not from fear, but from the release of emotion. He opens his eyes fully and looks out into the crowd. He sees people crying, standing, clapping, and then the room explodes. A thunderous standing ovation roars through the theater. Applause crashes like waves, growing louder with every passing second. People shout his name. Some chant, others simply cry and clap, unable to find words. The boy's eyes widen. He covers his mouth with one hand, overwhelmed. He looks toward the